by Krayzie of legendary Bone Thugs and Harmony. Krayzie Bone, first order of business for anybody outside your immediate fan base. You had a big announcement recently regarding your solo project. What was that announcement for anyone who missed it?
Well, man, it was basically the announcement of this album that I've been working on, Chasing the Devil, has been long anticipated by all the fans, by the club fans. And I just announced that it's just going to be a double CD. I'm going to release the first CD for free, digital download. You know what I'm saying? Like this, just to give something back to the fans. I actually forgot to mention that it was going to be a double CD when I made the announcement, so I'm clearing that up now so everybody knows that it's going to be a double CD, and the first CD is going to be released free digitally. But however, I am going to have the whole double CD album available for physical purchase if people would like to do so.
Oh, okay. So that clears a lot of things up because people for their collections and whatnot. So, in terms of the release date, what's the release date for first off the digital download and then the hard copy with the total package?
Well, the first date should be going to be November 20th for the digital download, and we're still working on a release date for the second one and the hard copy, which the full set hard copy of the album is going to include it's going to be a massive package with DVD, T-shirts, hats, like all kind of stuff. I'm giving with the package, so it's going to be a nice collector's item.
Mm-hmm. Now, so I mean, you obviously put a lot of thought in this. You're not just throwing a project out there. There's many multifaceted, many layers to this. Why did you decide for the double album and to kind of go this route in terms of the way you're releasing it?
Well, because man, for one, I wanted to give something back to the fans. Especially all the hardcore fans that's really been following us like the whole time we've been out. We have a very strong core fan base and been following us. It's been with us thick and thin through all the breakups and makeups and get back together and they've been around the whole time. So it's like I felt to show my appreciation for all the love that they've shown us. That I had to give something back to them. You know what I'm saying? Like give something, and I think a lot of artists are really taking into consideration of doing that because I think artists get it twisted sometimes, and artists don't realize that it's not the record label or the A&R or the person at the record label that discovers you. It's the fans that discover. Because if you don't have a fan, a record executive is not going to, it ain't nothing they can do with you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's basically like the fans that discover and break an artist, and that's just my way of, showing the appreciation. Now, the reason I wanted to do a double CD is because I'm sitting on so much material, and I've been working on this album for so long. It's, I just accumulated so many songs, and just to make the album complete. I feel like it wouldn't be complete if the whole story wouldn't be told if I just came out with just 10, 11 songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the labels want you to do. Because now it's all about money with the labels. They don't want you to put more than 11 songs on an album because of publishing issues and money issues and all this kind of stuff. So it's like I'm stepping outside the box with all that. I'm tired of labels telling me what I can and what I can't do. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing music because I love it, and I'm sure the fans would appreciate more music. The fans don't get into all that, doing it because of publishing reasons and stuff like that. They want to hear music.
Mm-hmm.
They're music lovers, just like myself. So it's like I'm skipping all the politics on his album and doing it the untraditional way, first of all, like I love music, and I think Chasing the Devil would be great if I just go ahead and do it the way I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's with more music.
Mm-hmm. Now, are you doing this completely independent now? Is that what I'm gathering? And you're leaving that business side out of it? Because there's also, making sure that your quality music gets out to as many people as possible. So on the business end, without giving up too many details, how you kind of going about releasing this album?
Well, the most I want to say on the business end is I'm going non-traditional. It's not going to be like the regular, you know, Sony Records or record label like that. I have many different brands, you know, like huge brands that are interested in partnering up with me, like for the release of this album. But you know, like music is going in like so many different directions. You know, like you can do all kinds of things with it. Like, you know, just to name a few people. Not that we just want to run with, but like nowadays you can go do a music deal with Nike or Yahoo. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like because everybody is getting into music now, so it's like those are all untraditional ways, non-traditional ways, routes that a person can go, and it's something that I've been introduced to some of my business associates. You know, like I said, we had like several partners of that stature, you know, like interested in partnering up for the now. So that may be the route I go, something non-traditional.
Mm-hmm. Now, in the past, I mean, you guys came out in '94, so in the past the business model was always platinum awards, that kind of stuff. When you look at Chasing the Devil, where you're at in the rap game, ultimately, how do you gauge personally whether or not this album is a success or not?
Man, from the fans' response, I don't look to you know, what people in the industry say. So, like, to me, people that are in the industry are lost. You know, they don't know which way is up. You know, they're even the big major labels are trying to play catch up to the game that they've created, because it's like it's almost out of their hands as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like I go by what the fans say. If the fans love it, then the album was a success. I don't care about winning awards. I mean, I've done all that. That really doesn't prove anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about the music. If you can connect with the consumer emotionally, and people really take something from your album, a message, and they can really feel it, and it really like touches them deep in the soul. Mm-hmm. That's how I measure the success of the album.
Now, I mean, we've said that I've interviewed you a bunch of times, and I've always posed this question to you, but now, especially with you, because you've evolved a lot differently than some of your group mates in terms of, you know, the content of your music and whatnot, and you've talked about it before, and you've always had that catch-22 of you have a certain part of your fan base who likes Mo Murder stuff and this and that. How would you describe this upcoming album in terms of content if you had to compare it to something you've done? I know you never paint the same picture twice, but if you had to kind of, just to give people a sneak peek in terms of how would you describe this album in terms of sound?
Man, I would say it's like a thug mentality on steroids. you know what I'm saying? Like, because I mixed it up, you know, and the point, you know, I'm coming from a point of view of, like, you know, like where my mind is, like from the inside of my mind, you know, like dealing with stuff that I deal with in the industry. Yeah, of course I wake up sometimes and I feel like going to get the AK and just spraying everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I talk about that on the album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, then there's those laid back songs. You know what I'm saying? Like the original Bone sound. Then there's, you know, I'm doing the quick flow on a lot of songs on this album, and then there's the songs where I have like the real serious core messages with the spiritual tone and, you know, just everything. And, you know, I'm giving everybody like a piece of my last 20 years in the business.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you had to say, like, and I know we've had this conversation before, and now you've knocked out, like you said, you're doing this non-traditional. You don't have the record label. There's not all the bullshit. You know, in terms of standing behind this project, do you think this is your best solo project, and if so, why?
Man, I say I feel like it's some of my best work. Because I know, because, you know, like every day, you know, every day I go in the studio, I get better and better. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this is some of my best. This is some of my best work. You know what I'm saying? And I stand behind it 100% and saying that I think it's going to be a very good album, and I really think the fans are going to appreciate it and love the music and love the music selections and love the content. You know, I think they're going to really get into it.
Mm-hmm. Now, when people heard you were giving it away for free, they misunderstood and thought the entire project was being given away for free, and they kind of came to the conclusion that, you know, maybe Krayzie was just fed up and this is kind of nearing the end. In terms of where you're at as an artist, where are you at? Are we getting closer to where you kind of maybe are going to scale back on what you release music-wise, or where are we at in Krayzie Bone's career?
Yeah, man, definitely. You know, I'm definitely getting into the point where I want to start, start like really focusing on other things that I wanted to do ever since I've gotten into the music business, and that's what just set up other artists. You know, and I think the reason why I haven't been successful in doing that is because when you're an artist, when you're still trying to be an artist yourself, it's hard to separate your career and another person's and an up and coming artist's career, because the up and coming artist's career really needs all of your attention.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something you're going to focus on, you know, that artist needs all of your attention, all of, you know, it needs all the attention that they can get, you know. And when you're trying to be an artist, you know what I'm saying, like, there's so many things that you like have to do. Your concentration is not there. So now, you know, I think I want to fall back, you know what I'm saying? Like, people misunderstand, like, I may not release any more solo albums, but I'm definitely going to, like, have songs that come out here and there, whether it's just singles or, you know, like, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going to be very much active in the music business, you know, but it's going to mostly be on the scale of behind the scenes and getting more into the business side of the music, you know. You know, I have ideas with films and TV shows that I've written and movie scripts that I've written, you know, that I really want to concentrate on as well, you know. So it's like I'm just like trying to embark on different endeavors within the music business with the name and the reputation and the clientele that I have, that I've accumulated over the past 20 years of my career. So I'm just going to start putting some of those relationships to use, man, and just start like getting more into the business of everything and just start expanding a little more.
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of longtime fans might hear that, and I mean, in the past, there's been situations where, you know, with the Ghetto Cowboy movie, and certain things didn't come to fruition in terms of stuff you wanted to do. Do you think you're at a point now where this is more likely to happen because you're in a better place, or why should fans, you know, take it to the bank that, you know, this time around that these things are going to happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, because before, it was like I said before, I was so into music. You know, like, music was my first love, so I was so into music. Like, I could easily get distracted when music came up. You know, I could be working on a project over here, working on doing this, but when it was time to do music, that just took my whole focus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I would put anything down for music because, like, that's what I love doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was at the time. But now, I'm at a point to where, like, you know, I'm ready to fall back a bit, you know, and like just get into other things.
Mm-hmm. Now, and that's a good segue, because part of your story, and I don't want to call it a curse, but it is kind of in some ways a blessing and a curse that your entire story and the reason you have your fan base is tied to 4 other guys, which is Bone Thugs and Harmony. Now, the last time we spoke, I can't remember a time where things were in a worse situation with the group. Where are you guys at now in terms of Bone?
Well, man, basically, I mean, personally, we're all, you know, we're all cool. Everything is very calm right now. As far as personally, everybody's been speaking to each other. You know, we're gearing up to do the Rock the Bells coming up soon. So we've been talking more and more these past few months. I was actually in the studio with Flesh last night, You know, he was working on some things he was working on, and I came in at the tail end of his session, and then I started working. But man, we're all cool, man. You know, I think everybody has come to a point to where they're growing and they understand that we're all grown now, and it's not going to be the same that it was back in '94 or '95 or whatever it was we just came out, man. Because we're all grown men. You know what I'm saying? And like things never stay the same. I mean, it's a reality. Some people hate to say things. You know, I hate to say this sometimes too, but with Bone Thugs-n-Harmony will never be the same Bone Thugs-n-Harmony we was at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just like personally, you know what I'm saying? Now, as far as doing business, you know, we have been talking. We're all aware of, you know, next year marks the 20th year, official 20th year anniversary of Bone Thugs-n-Harmony that we've been in the business. That's one of the reasons Dr. Bell wanted to have us as special guests, because they're like, you know, 20 years in the business, and, you know, it's like y'all music is just now starting to get notarized now, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's hopefully we can come together and do a lot of things in regards to our 20 years in the game. We're looking to maybe, now quote me on this, but we're looking to maybe put out an album, the 20th year anniversary album, and hopefully, if all goes well, we're looking to do a world tour. This is something that Bone Thugs-n-Harmony has never done as all 5 members, and you know, we're looking to just like really solidify our brand, the Bone Thugs-n-Harmony brand in the music business for what it is. You know, we living legends. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're now living in the era of music to where these up and coming artists are now starting to realize and give us our just dues by, you know, like all these young cats coming up saying that they grew up off Bone, they were influenced by Bone. I think now we're in that generation to where we're going to start hearing that more and more. You know, because I mean, we raised a lot of these dudes in the game, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you can tell heavily from their music that it was a heavy Bone influence in their music. You know, and we just appreciate to like still be alive and well, healthy, to still be around to enjoy that, see that.
Mm. So, what's the main thing you think needs to happen for you guys to kind of come together and make all that happen? I mean, you talked about there not being that, or you guys realizing that it's not going to be the same as when you guys were back in 95, 96, 97, 98. But what's the one thing you think, if you had to pinpoint one thing that needs to happen for you guys to kind of put it together and have that last little run, you know?
Well, man, well, for one, what I think is we need to come together and structure an all-star team, a team. You know, because like I said, going back to like trying to be an artist, you know, you can be a businessman and be an artist, but when you're in artist mode, you really can't do everything. So we all have to come to an agreement as to who we're going to have represent Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. You know, we've been through many managers and many people who represented Bone, you know what I'm saying, and like for some reason or another it didn't work out. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like we all have to come together and agree on business, creativity, and the music. I mean, that has never been a problem amongst our group. You know, everybody pretty much know their positions when it comes to that, when it comes to making the music. So we all have to come together on the business aspect of everything, you know, like really just put somebody in place that we trust. Not saying that we have to put everything in this person's hands, because we're all grown men and we should all definitely be checking on our business on a regular, but you know, we have to have that neutral person. You have to have somebody that's like going to bat for us or speaking for us, and you know, like it has to be a team structure, man, because like it takes a lot to deal with 5 different personalities in a group. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be somebody that's able to maintain you know, it can get hectic. You know, just dealing with the different personalities. So that's I think that's the major problem is structuring a business team.
Is there a common belief now, as you get into Rock the Bells in this 20th anniversary, that this is your last chance as a group to kind of carve out that final chapter in the legacy as a group? And if this doesn't kind of work this coming year, then it's time to kind of switch gears? Is that kind of where you guys are at as a group?
I mean, you could say so. You could say so. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this is definitely an honor and a blessing for people to even still be checking for us after 20 years. You know, but that goes to tell you that our music and the foundation that we have laid down thus far is so strong that people still believe in Bones. It's like, you know, like even the people that's running the Rock the Bells show, you know, they're all huge Bones fans, and we talk to them all, and they let us know like how much of an honor it is for them, for us to even be on the show. So it's like we have an opportunity to let everybody know like why they chose us to be the special guest, and you know, like and just bring it back in everybody's memory, like who we are, what we stand for, and why we're considered legends. You know, like, so I think it's very important that we come out on the winning end of this situation in order to us to further our brand and to like I say, like solidify who we are in this business.
Mm-hmm. Now going back to your solo thing and your label, in terms of the album, when can people expect the first single?
Well, man, that's going to be coming probably very soon. I'm looking to shoot a video. You know, it may again, don't quote me on this, but we're looking at a song that I recorded called Monster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a song where I'm really going in, the fast flow, really going in, and just really like reminding people who I am, where I come from, and why all these songs on the radio sound like us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just really going in and letting people know once again, you know what I'm saying, like I said.
Any features on this album that you can talk about, or is it going to be mostly just Krayzie?
Well, I'm looking to get some features. I've been talking to a few people, you know what I'm saying, but it's like this, man. I've always been like this. I'm not a person that likes to sit around and wait for people and people's managers and all the politics. To me, it's like this. If you say you're going to do something, if you say you're going to get down and you want to do a song, let's not talk about it. Let's see about it. Let's go to the studio, do the song. It's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Don't play around so you're going to do something and, you know, niggas call you, you don't answer the phone. Like, I'm really not into that, man. So it's like, as I'm recording, if people say they want to be involved with this project, that's cool, you know what I'm saying? But by the time I'm done recording, if I have no features, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that too.
Mm-hmm. Now, we've done just a couple other things. We've done a bunch of interviews, and one of the last few ones we did caused a lot of stuff, but one thing it also did was it opened up communication. You told me this with you and Busy, and I know there was conversation about a collaboration album. Is there just too much going on that you guys got to take care of before you entertain that, or is that still something that's possible?
I mean, that's still something that's very much possible, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, as long as we're alive, it's possible. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know Busy's been doing things that he's been doing, you know what I'm saying, and we really haven't. I've actually been concentrating, besides traveling, I've been concentrating on getting this Chasing the Devil done, because I've been working on it for a long time now, you know what I'm saying, going on 3 years, but, you know what I'm saying, but, I mean, we can, it's always a possibility, man.
But right now,
it's always,
it's not anytime soon. That's kind of on the back burner, though.
I mean, every time I speak to this, like, we always talk about it, you know what I'm saying, talk about doing it. We got a few people that want to get involved with it, you know what I'm saying, as far as production-wise, you know what I'm saying, like, so it's definitely a buzz there. Like, for once I get this Chasing the Devil wrapped up, and, you know what I'm saying, I think all it's going to take is for me to step to business and be like, man, let's do this now, you know, and he'll be on board, and we're going to, it's something that's very, that could definitely happen in the future. Like that.
Now, one of the things that you guys are sitting on, especially you, because all you do is record, and it's almost just as valuable as new material is some of the old material in the vault. And I know Blazey's doing something now. Is there ever a time like that you're considering just emptying out the vault and doing a series of maybe different types of fixed tapes or whatever, where you would empty out your vault?
Oh yeah, man. You know, I have that's what I'm going to be doing. You know, like why it doesn't make any sense to just sit on the music. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell people, if something was happening to me right now, I think I would have way more albums than Tupac did. Way more albums than Tupac did. So it's like I say, when I say I got music to centuries, man, I'm not playing. I really got music, but I got songs that I recorded back in the 90s that nobody ever heard. Like all those songs that you hear that get leaked on YouTube, that's nothing. That's those songs are extendable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I got songs for days. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's gonna always be something coming out from Krayzie songs, like whether it's new or old.
Now, this is a dangerous game to play, obviously, because people hear about this stuff. And I posted that I was going to be interviewing you, and people asked about songs like the song with Tech Nine. Did you guys ever finish that? Or are there songs that you know people like that you need to get out there anytime soon?
Man, that song, I've answered this question for a couple of people because they asked about the song at the Speed of Sound. And the reason why the song never came out is because instead of just making it a song, I've actually made it into an entire album where I'm going to go and feature artists that have had the bone influence in their music. All the rappers just rapping like us, you know, like this, doing the fast flip-flop flow, you know what I'm saying? And I've turned it into a whole album. That's something that I'm looking to release next year sometime, maybe in the spring or fall next year. So it's like I said, I'm still going to be releasing music and albums, and maybe even doing albums like DJ Khaled does. You know what I'm saying? Like going to get other artists and like with me just producing and, you know, arranging the album and stuff, doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like bottom line, I'm always going to be doing music. But that's just something that's in me. So I'm always going to be doing that. That's always going to be a part of what I do. So I got so many projects, you know what I'm saying, in my mind that not really Krayzie Bone projects, but different projects that I can do. So I'm always going to be on the music scene. You know, I may not be on the scene, but I'm always in the picture.
Yep. Now, if you look at it, I guess as we're winding down now, in terms of people are hearing all about this, what's the pecking order now in terms of where you're at in terms of priority? Like, it sounds like it goes your album Chasing the Devil, and then what comes after that? How are you prioritizing the next little bit in terms of what people should be looking out for?
Well, man, like what I'm doing now, like I take everything like project by project. You know what I'm saying? These days, I've learned not to like blurt out other stuff that I'm doing, because then people, you know, they're like, oh yeah, we thought this was coming out. We thought we were going to do this. So it's like right now my sole concentration is on Chasing the Devil. And then, you know, after this is released and, you know, this is off my chest, I'm going to be, you know, like, it depends on, like, whatever I think should be done the easiest and the quickest. You know, the reason I pushed Speed of Sound to next spring or fall is because I know how difficult it can be to get, like, a lot of the artists that I want on the album. You know, I know how difficult it can be to make that happen. So I'm going after the, like, big heavy hitters. People like Ludacris, Twister, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? I'm going after people like that. And Nicki Minaj, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, so I know that's going to take some time to to bring together and to make a reality. So, like, you know, a project like that, like maybe after Chasing the Devil, you know, like something that could be quicker in mind and easier to do. Maybe the Busy and Krayzie collaboration, you know, and then after that, you know, maybe I can come with the Speed of Sound album, you know, and get that out, you know. And in the midst of all that, if everything goes well, like I said, we'll be working on the Bone Thugs and Harmony 20th anniversary album as well. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that could possibly happen, you know, after the Chase the Devil was finished and done with it and the raps that I could be getting into. So it's you never know.
Mm-hmm. You know, it seemed like there was turmoil, and then you made people. I've never noticed in terms of your fan base. It seems that people are doubting you guys a little more. Why should people not doubt Krayzie Bone right now?
Man, because the music speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Like with that whole unified thing. You know, like I told people, like we wanted way more songs on the album that would have balanced it out. To me, it's hard to get behind a concept and really express the concept when you're limited to put a certain amount of songs on there. We've always came out with albums that had, you know, like, it had like 17 to like at least 20-something songs on the album. Because to me, it really, it really like helps people to get the whole meaning of the title. You know what I'm saying? Like, there were songs that should have been on the album that wasn't on the album, but like I said, being signed to a major label, we were restricted. And at the end of the day, the label has the last say-so. Regardless of what it says in the contract, you know, all this mutual agreement, also in the contract it says that if you can't come to a mutual agreement, then the label has the last say-so. And that's definitely what happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I'm not so much in a hurry to run and rush and sign with a major label or sign with anybody. Really, I've been really enjoying my freedom of doing what I want to do when I want to do it, now I want to do it. So it's like, that plays a major part in a person's creativity. You know what I'm saying? I think, you know, like, just from the music that I've been putting out after that and the songs that I've been making, like, people understand, like, what it is with my music. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I have the time and the freedom to do what I want to do, it's going to be a great project.
Now, lastly, I mean, outside of music right now, you can start to see it bubbling. I mean, you got the website up, thelifeapparel.com, which is doing well, and the label. What should we be looking out for in terms of future documentary projects, or, you know, the big one that people always ask for is the coming soon Wishbone solo album. So, what should people be looking out for from the Life?
Man, well, you know, it's people should start looking for, like, you know, it's going to be, you know, I've learned a lot, even within the time that I've set up the Life Entertainment, you know what I'm saying, like that. If you really want to do it right when you first starting out, you have to focus on one good artist. If you really have a good foot in the box, it's want to blow. You know, and man, you have to focus on that, and you really have to put your all into it. You know, and that's something right now. That's something right now that I'm really still trying to decide who that artist is going to be, or trying to decide if I even have that artist now. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a process in itself, like just gearing up for that and making sure I have the right artists, the right people backing it. You know, and as far as Wishbone album, man, that's something that's gonna have to ask Wish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, dude works on his own pace. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I really can't speak on that. That's something he's gonna have to tell y'all. You know, because I'm tired of saying he's telling what he's working on it, and you know, it never materialized. But